actually don't know what to say to that.
It was, I was...
Breaking news about Trisha Paytas and Colleen Ballinger. It has been over 24 hours since Trisha Paytas made a video about Colleen Ballinger. Trisha Paytas' video now has over 1 million views as of the time of making this video. And a lot of the comments, well, most of the comments, if not all, on Trisha Paytas' video is very positive. And Trisha Paytas does admit to having a problematic past, and if you watch the video closely, Trisha Paytas' body language in that video, she's just very soft-spoken, almost as if she knows that her speaking out will make more people speak out against her. It's 4th of July. I can't get day off to save my life. There I was, sitting in the shade with a glass of lemonade, and now here I am making this YouTube video because more drama already popped off. So give me a like, leave a little comment, subscribe, share the video. It helps me out so much because here I am twerking for the Birkin on 4th of July. Let's get into this huge scandal. Because let's not forget, she is not an innocent queen either.
There was one thing that she said in the video, something to the effect of, she didn't understand why Colleen couldn't just come out and take, like when she was watching her video response with the ukulele, she didn't understand why Colleen couldn't just come out and take accountability for it and how she had affected her audience, which is interesting to me in all of the things that Trisha has done to her audience over the years, which she just came out in this, you know, E-Entertainment interview and said that it was all for shock value.
Of course I have regrets. I said stuff for shock value. I said, you know, but it's happened.
I don't remember a time that Trisha has gotten in a video and taken accountability for how she has, you know, many communities that Trisha has affected through the years, whether it was for shock value or not.
But the general consensus is people are glad that Trisha Paytas did speak out about Colleen Ballinger because she's one of the few internet social celebrities that has. Jeffree Star has as well, and a few others.
Followed her, never gave a damn about her. Horrified by the things I've seen.
Yeah, no.
Honestly, I know we're really like, we're all about joking around and having fun, but like, that person's sick. And I've never been a fan, so I was very shocked to see all that.
And I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people are afraid to speak up, so that's good.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my official quote to Rich Lux.
There you go. You heard it here. The primero impacto exclusivo en vivo.
Period, bendeja.
It's so scary that like...
But it's very slim pickings. People still have not heard anything from Joey Graceffa, Manny MUA, Shane Dawson, and others who have filmed with Colleen Ballinger. And a lot of people are looking at Daniel Prada. Very vocal online on Twitter about a lot of online gossip. But in this situation, he has remained silent. And so many of you folks demanded Daniel Prada to speak up. He has now ran off Twitter and left the platform completely. Not a good look, sis. People are waiting on Daniel Prada to say something, and it looks like we're just not gonna get it. But to stay on topic, with Trisha Paytas made this video about Colleen Ballinger, finally Adam McIntyre posted his response to it. And his response I found to just be very bittersweet. It wasn't like, oh, I feel bad for Trisha, but he wasn't praising her either. He was very fair, I think, in his video, at least to my opinion. I thought he was very fair. I've also seen people say that even though Trisha Paytas spoke out against Colleen Ballinger, this in no way does sanctify Trisha Paytas from her past either, because it takes many years to really earn people's trust back. But here's what I found very interesting that Adam McIntyre said about Colleen Ballinger in the response video. Here we go, roll it.
Video, I know we were staying in touch because, again, I know what it feels like to have the whole internet come down on you, even if the whole internet is right. Like, I'm someone, again, who struggles with mental health issues, mental illness.
Again, sorry, I don't mean to harp on these points, but for Trisha to be like, you know, right before her apology video came out, I was still, you know, texting with her and stuff because I know what it feels like to be cancelled. At the start of the video, Trisha does say that, you know, once she finds out that people are doing this, she can't stand by it and stuff. Both of those can't be true at the same stage. I don't mean this to, like, dunk on this, but if Trisha makes points that are contradictory or whatever, just acknowledge that you didn't care about the things because she was your friend, and now, you know, this stuff has came out that she did to you and you feel personally affected by it. That's fine to admit, because you didn't care about the allegations, you didn't care about the group chats, you didn't care about the minors involved until, you know, it affected you. That's fine to say. it's not fine to say, but it's fine for you to admit, because that is the truth. I'm not saying that to discredit Trisha's emotions. I'm not saying that to whatever, but Trisha did not care about anything Colleen Ballinger had done, including everything to do with minors, until it involved upsetting Trisha Paytas's feelings. And that's fine for Trisha to admit, because it's better than, you know, playing both sides of, if I ever find out that someone has done something with minors, I can't stand by it. But then she's admitting that I was still texting with her until her apology video because I know what it feels like to be cancelled. Acknowledging that the reason she was being cancelled was because of the things with minors, but then you say you can't stand by. I don't mean to harp on these points. I really don't. But I can't sit down here and watch this video without saying that as well.
Now, other creators came out and said something similar to their own point of mind, because even Peter Mon spoke up as well. Now, I'm seeing criticism as of like, oh, Trisha Paytas, you know, did not speak up until it was about her, or Trisha Paytas waited too long to say something, because if you remember, all this drama started with Colleen Ballinger about a month ago. So it's been over a month, or just about at a month, when this all started. I think that if Trisha Paytas would have made a response a lot sooner, like maybe right from the beginning, things would have been differently. But what I find most interesting is you have Adam McIntyre saying, hey, I sent Trisha receipts. I've told her about Colleen, right? And for Trisha to be in her video and say, well, I didn't know any of this. I think if she would have checked her inbox, maybe she would have saw it.
I wasn't aware of these most recent things that are coming out. Everyone knows I have a very, very, very firm stance on talking to anyone underage, platonic or not.
Okay, again, I don't mean to be harsh on Trisha here, but I've been telling Trisha about Colleen for quite some time. She didn't want to listen. It was her friend she was protecting. The same way Trisha, you know, defended Shane until, you know, Shane did something against her. I'm not saying this just to be mean or anything like that, but I have been very outspoken about this for a very long time, even back to when Trisha was on Frenemies years ago. So this is not true, but I'm being sympathetic towards what she's going through right now. But I also want to acknowledge that, to kind of erase that you didn't know anything or whatever. No, you did. You just chose to defend your friend, which, you know, but it isn't necessarily true. I don't mean to harp on about facts like this, but I do want to acknowledge, because there'll be people in my comments being like, why didn't you tell her? Oh no, I was.
And Trisha Paytas said that she is very strict when it comes to like predators and things of that nature. I don't want to mix her words up, but like she said, you're so strict about it. But then you have Adam sending you receipts, just like, hey, look what's happening here with Colleen, and she didn't care to look at it until it maybe affected her in some way. Which I just think that like it's one of those things that's like, okay, it's a point made. Okay, great, you pointed it out. And I think that most people just, I don't know, I hate to say this because maybe not all people, but I think most people just tend to be like, well, if it affects me, then I'm going to talk about it. I think with Trisha Paytas, a lot of this stuff didn't affect her, so she was like, girl, I'm a mom now, I'm a wife, I do not have time to worry about all this over here. But when it affected her, she was like, hold up, wait a minute, let me put my foot up in it, and she made her video response. Which, again, I think it's good that she made it.
I actually have no, like, I actually don't know what to say to that, because, I mean, we used to just, we used to just make fun of Trisha all the time.
You and Colleen?
Yeah. Which is why this is so, like, I didn't understand it. And then whenever I was speaking to that guy, Johnny, last night, Johnny told me that Colleen and Corey used to make fun of Trisha to him, too. So that's two people with the same story.
Ooh, and now she's on her podcast?
I mean,
fake! But if she would have simply checked her Instagram messages or DMs that Adam McIntyre said that he sent her, then she would have seen that the receipts were there in fair warning. Now, I wish Adam McIntyre would have shown the audience, look, here are the receipts that I sent Trisha all this information, and here she even saw it or something like that, and just ignored it. Like that could mean a lot. But he didn't show the receipts of him sending it. Like, here's where I did it. Because I didn't know if he sent a DM on Twitter. I didn't know if he did an email, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know how he might have showed her the kind of forewarning her about Colleen. But even if Trisha was to look at Adam McIntyre's page, maybe she would have saw some of that. And who knows? Maybe she thought it was all like just fake news, or that it would blow over. And I think a lot of people probably thought that the Colleen Ballinger drama would blow over, but it didn't, because it's more than just petty drama. It was something serious. And I even seen legal analysts talk about the ramifications that could potentially hit Colleen Ballinger because of the inappropriate text messages and photos that she shared. But I do think that Trisha is kind of fearful of what the general consensus of what people are going to think about her, because she's been very low-key lately. And for her to make such a dramatic video like this, I think she kept it classy by just speaking real soft. Although I feel like she kept it soft because she didn't want Moses to know what was going on. Because I don't think Moses would want her to even address it. But at the same time, I think that she had to, because she's been so vocal about things like this in the past. Hey, you see the little kitty right there? Hey. I love my cat. It's like this one right here. This one is a cat that I had adopted on like around Christmas time, and I saw it in the window. I think it was like at Saks Fifth Avenue, and it was the PCA was there, the animal shelters or something like that. And it was around Christmas time, and I was like, no one's gonna want to adopt a little black cat girl around Christmas time. And so I was like, I want it. So I adopted this little girl, and she's been living with me for a long time. I got a little backstory on her too. She was apparently a little kitten that was born in a it's like a really bad apartment complex, and a lot of the kids out there were throwing fireworks at her. She was hiding underneath the dumpster, and then the SPCA came and got her. And then I adopted her when I saw her in the window of Saks Fifth Avenue. But you know, I just feel like black cats are so special, and they're so cute. And I think there's a lot of negative connotation with black cats, but they're so sweet, and I love them. And they look badass too. Anyways, all that to say this, right? I got sidetracked on the cats. I love my cats so much. You know, I kind of wish that more people would say stuff about it, I know what I was gonna say now. So, for those of you who don't even know what's going on, just to break it down, with at least the Trisha Paytas situation, this one girl got caught talking about another girl behind her back, and the girl is now mad and made a video, and then she exposed so much other stuff that girl has been problematic for. All right. Well, I just feel like, did everybody know about this? That Colleen Ballinger would talk behind Trisha Paytas' back? And if so, did Joey Graceffa know? Did Daniel Prada know? And no one just told Trisha? You know, so I just think that's kind of shady too. So I don't know. And you know, like I said, all these people, they claim to be friends. They claim to be such close friends. And my situation, the way I view it, is there's two types of friends, right? You have your real friends, and then you have your Hollywood friends. And I think that Trisha Paytas has a lot of Hollywood friends that she probably considered friends, and they were just Hollywood friends, right? And that's like the hard part, to really understand who is your real friend and who is your Hollywood friend. I think that Trisha Paytas was hurt by it. And I think that she should make another video and dive a little deeper and really talk about Colleen and this fake social circle and how it made her feel, and why she gets upset when people talk about her body and stuff like that. And at times when she said, you know, when people talked about her boobs, and she was like, oh, I love my boobs and it makes me money and they look that way and people love them and stuff like that. And then when people make fun of her boobs, she gets upset about it. So it's kind of like I can pick and choose when I'm outraged in some way, but whatever. Who am I? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just my thoughts and opinions about all that drama. So if you have anything to say, put it in the comments down below. I love reading your comments. We got over 1,000 comments on yesterday's video. Thank you for all the likes. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel so much. And I just want to say I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I love you so much.